Project Sapient is a podcast meant to engage our brothers and sisters in the law enforcement and military communities in conversations that we all know we need to have. All opinions you'll hear are our own, are protected by our First Amendment of the United States Constitution, and in no way reflect or are meant to reflect the opinion of any specific agency, officer, or service member. Some opinions may be controversial. Listener discretion is advised. Enjoy.
Oh, enjoying the tune.
I was enjoying the tune.
Yeah. Hey, you know, we've had a lot of comments about our choice of music. They love them.
We've had people stealing it too.
I know. Hey, they want to do gym mixes like I do now.
Oh. Guys, Project Sapient, HavokJournal.com, GymJunkies.com, Vector Shields, WellnessForWarriors.live, LiveBoston617.org, Eagle Eye Firearms.ma.com, ODKit.com, GunTrack.app, HuleLaw.com. We love you guys. Thank you for making us the #1 law enforcement and military podcast on the planet. Whoop. So it kind of went a little like less heavier than I thought, huh?
I like it. It's got the heavy, and then it's got the sexiness.
I want you to hold my hand.
Anyways.
Gosh. All right, now that my rage is not my rager.
Oh boy.
Easy.
Oh boy.
Easy.
Oh boy. Speaking of rage,
Go for it. You like my shirt?
I like it.
Join or die.
Join or die. Where's that from?
Ben Franklin. I think he posted it in like a Gazette, one of the first like publications he ever did, because he was like me. He did everything. And it was like the original colonies, dude. Like New England and all that.
Yeah, New Jersey, New York. I see that.
All that stuff. And it was basically like, hey, fuckers, get on the boat or you die. Kind of like them.
Yeah, that's kind of okay.
Hey, create the good old US of A.
Well, that's the way to do it, I guess.
In the USA. Oh, sorry.
All right.
What do we got, dude?
All right. Doing an article I wrote back in June 18th of 2020.
I have read this one.
Command presence.
I have not read it.
Plus situational awareness equals controlled chaos. So people always talk about command presence and policing, blah, blah, blah. I'm not yet starting the article, but
why are you yelling at me all of a sudden?
Listen, because you're doing things, and listen, I repetitive behavior is calming to me.
The show on your own, motherfucker.
All right.
We're boozing.
Yeah, we're boozing and cruising. So command presence, that's something day one of the academy, man. That's like the first thing.
First thing you look at something when you're training them, right?
Exactly. Command presence. It's day one of the academy, and it stays with us for the rest of our careers.
Yes, it does.
Especially those that get it.
Yes, it does.
Some people don't understand what command presence really is. Some officers.
Don't get excited that I'm bending over. Go on.
Well, I don't get to see any cleavage. So.
Go on.
Go on. All right. So some officers don't really understand command presence. They think being an asshole is command presence.
No. God, no.
That's not command presence. That's you just having a small dick.
Being an asshole is like you're an arrogant prick.
Yeah, exactly.
I know a few of those.
We know.
I'm looking at you. Not you, Ayman. I'm looking at you. Go on. Not you. I wasn't talking about you.
The invisible tears of pain is flowing.
But I wasn't talking about you. Okay, command presence plus situational awareness.
Dear diary, I'm gonna cut myself.
Peter did it. I get a lot of that from some of the people that I know. Peter did this. Peter did that. Fuck you. Go on.
So again, officers and now I know I'm preaching to the choir with our police listeners. This article was more geared towards the civilian side, who do not seem to understand the difference between command presence and being an asshole.
Yep.
There's two huge differences.
Yeah, it's a vast difference.
So command presence refers to when an officer enters a situation and projects authority in a professional sense. That's all it is.
Yeah.
But it's not projecting authority by being a complete prick where you go in and you're like, hey, fucker.
Right.
I've said that at times, but
in the right circumstances,
in the right
fine.
circumstances, it's fine. And then I get, oh my God, you swore. I was like, oh, I'm sorry. Do you need a little tummy rub, make you feel better? Get the fuck out of here.
Come here, baby. Come
Yeah,
here,
exactly. Do you want a pacifier?
Yeah, boo-boo.
Maybe I need to burp you.
The burp.
Yes. So that's all it is. Command presence exists in many professions. I mean, sales,
Yes.
managers,
Yep.
team leaders,
100%.
coaches, athletes, military, and I could name
Everywhere.
doctors. I could name numerous professions that command presence is there. How does a car salesman make his sale?
Half of it is psychology. It's the psychology of selling himself.
Exactly. What do you think I'm doing when I walk into a situation? I have no idea what the fuck's going on, but I'm going to get control real quick.
Yeah, but you usually walk in and you're like, "Hi, everybody. I am awesome."
Pretty much.
And everybody's like, "Oh, I'm
Actually,
here."
I walk in
Iman's
and
here.
the cape behind me blows
Yeah,
this way.
Something's definitely blowing, but anyway.
Giggity. And so here I give a quick example during in this article. So here's an example. Officer responds to an unruly group of people at a restaurant. The responding officers arrive, attempt to calm the situation. Officers seem unable to control the rowdy crowd. Suddenly, another officer shows up and immediately takes control. He or she is more aggressive and projects their voice.
Go on.
And the unruly crowd is now compliant.
All right, I was going to cut you off, but I was wrong, so keep going.
I'm glad. Everyone, date this.
I am wrong.
July 15th, 2021.
Peter was wrong. He admitted it.
Yep.
That's the last time you're ever going to hear it. I might even edit it the fuck out. Go on.
God. So I want to present a different concept of command presence. Let's call it situational dominance.
Ooh.
Ultimately, that's what it is.
Yeah.
It's situational dominance. It's a step further than command presence. Situational dominance is when a person of authority, police, fireman, soldier, marine, projects themselves in a way that exudes command presence and is also situationally aware of everything going on around them. Now, I messed up in these big words because when I type, I'm not talking, so forgive me for a moment while I collect myself. But situational dominance, command presence.
Yeah.
All right, two different things. Situational dominance is when you show up to a call. It is complete mayhem, chaos, multiple people fighting or arguing with each other. They're not listening.
It's simple. You dominate.
And you dominate. Establish dominance.
I say it all the time, man. Like, even with friends that have problems, let's dominate it.
Yeah. That's all it is.
Yeah.
You go in and assholes are being assholes and it's rowdy and they're not listening to you.
Let's end it.
Let's end it. That's it. Simple as that.
I'll just think. I mean, you get the little the new kid that shows up. Hey, excuse me, everybody.
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. Then you get the angry veteran who walks in and says, "Everybody, shut the fuck up."
Well, he just left his burrito at the fucking station.
Well,
right?
I get mad when I don't get my lunch or my
That's what
breakfast.
I'm saying.
I mean, I'm one angry dude.
It's fucking hangry. It's 100%. Like, you just left your food. You gotta pee. You gotta fucking, I don't know, whatever. I don't want any of this bullshit.
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah, exactly. And I actually say it. I just walked away from my fucking lunch for this.
Yeah.
I've actually said it. And for some reason, angry Ayman is very angry.
Ayman, smash.
Pretty much.
Don't send Ayman. He'll ruin the restaurant. Go on.
If I'm not going to eat my lunch, I'm going to eat your soul.
Yeah, if I'm not going to eat my lunch, nobody's eating.
Yeah, exactly. You're all punished.
Yeah.
Give me your pizza.
Go on. Yeah. You walk up to him. Fucking give me that.
There's situational dominance right there.
Yeah.
Just grab the fucking pizza and eat it.
Fucking pepperoni. Out of here.
You know what? Like, these fucking calls where people call about, like, my burrito was made wrong, and they call 911. I just want to show up and eat their burrito and be like, it tastes fine. I don't know what's wrong with you.
You want back? What's wrong with it?
Well,
good.
what's that scene in Southland with the ice cream?
Oh, does he lick the lady's
Yeah,
fucking ice
yeah.
cream? Yeah, right?
Want to lick it?
Yeah.
So
How many times have you wanted to do that?
oh my God. And here's the thing. So situational dominance is just you get control of the situation right away.
Yep.
Okay. So people spend their entire lives honing in these skills to notice things faster than the average person. People, as in law enforcement, military, doctors, certain professions, we have to hone that skill. This registers even at the subconscious level. It happens from the moment they enter the room. They are already in control. And for everybody else, now this is where I'm going to talk more primal. Alpha predators, when they show up, everybody fucking knows.
Yep.
When the lion strolls around in the Serengeti and goes between the gazelles, oh, they fucking know.
He doesn't have to say much.
No, he doesn't. No, he does not.
What's up?
A lion doesn't have to tell people he's a lion.
Exactly.
A fucking wolf doesn't have to tell people he's a wolf.
Yep.
You just know, right? How many times have you?
And if you don't know, now you know.
Oh, you're gonna know,
right?
If you don't know, and there are some cops that will show up and everybody's quiet because they're just like, oh fuck,
right?
And it's like they know, just that look, right? They know, and that's something I learned from my partner who's retired now, but. Early on in my career, he's a guy that shows up and it's just like, fuck.
Shit falls in line.
He doesn't have to do anything else. And he's not like this massively built type guy. He's built, but it's that command presence, that situational dominance. He shows up, it's done. Not
to get all scientific, but there's a science behind auras, dude.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You know it. You know it when you deal with like a bad guy. You know a girl. You know, like this person exudes fucking a bad aura. This person exudes a shitty aura, or they're weak, or you could size somebody up really quickly.
Oh my God, yeah. It's so quick that you can do that, and it's something. It's a skill. Right. Again, it's a skill.
It's an art.
It's an art. Some cops have it. Some cops don't.
Yep.
Some cops.
Don't care to have it.
Don't care to have it, and they could give a fuck, and whatever. You know what? Those are the 80%ers.
Yeah, exactly.
The 20% that truly have that command presence, you can tell. You can tell even when they walk into work, into roll call. Everyone knows they're there.
Yep.
You know that cop or those two cops of that shift, that when they're working that night, you know it's going to be busy.
Oh, you know it's going to be busy. You know things are going to be taken care of. Like as a supervisor, you know, I got Johnny on the fucking street tonight.
Yeah.
Not that I'm not going to be the supervisor, but I got him on the street.
Yep.
I know he can handle himself.
Yep.
He can handle the guys.
Exactly. Exactly. A leader without stripes, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all it is. And you don't need stripes to be a leader. That's
well, how many people with stripes aren't fucking leaders?
I'm the sergeant. Okay, dude. Let's stop smelling your own farts.
Exactly.
All right.
Exactly.
Let's stop that.
Yeah.
So, anyway, here's I'm going to give a quick example here of kind of situational awareness, situational dominance type thing, where that skill that we develop from, like for me, from the military on to my law enforcement, for you, all through law enforcement, even in sales and all the stuff you did before, you brought that over into law enforcement and you saw how it connects easily. So a few years back, I was on vacation with my wife at the island of St. John.
Must be nice.
Oh, it was nice. We sat outside a restaurant and my mind suddenly registered something. Subconscious. Right? Yep. Just pick something up real quick.
The subconscious ears go up.
Yep. I centered my gaze. A man was walking towards the front of the restaurant. I told my wife, hey, watch this. A drug deal's about to happen. And I didn't even know. Nothing else. Just for some reason. And that's the thing where...
You smelled it, dude.
Us as cops, that's where we have a hard time when you want to apply it in court. That's where it gets tough. Because how...
It's that hunch.
It's that hunch. Exactly. How can you explain it that you seeing a guy walking down the street, you knew a drug deal was about to happen? Just knowing the walk.
Or he had a warrant.
Exactly. Well, flat brim hat, neck tattoos equals warrant. I mean, that's known.
Gold chain.
I just look at him like felony.
But how many times have you done that? You've been right. I mean, there's been a couple times where I've been wrong.
Yeah.
But you've been right, and then the person that you're with is like, well, how did you know?
Yeah.
And you can't really.
No.
Like you're like.
And here's the thing. So he walks and I told my wife, watch, drug deal's about to happen. Sure enough, seconds later, he met up with another man, exchanged drugs and money. My wife asked, how did I know that was going to happen?
Okay.
I told her I just did.
Yeah.
In this example, situational dominance was already there. I noticed subtle behaviors, both consciously and subconsciously, that triggered my spidey senses, quote unquote,
Yep.
in moments. I assessed for danger and observed what my gut told me was going to happen.
Can I tell you a quick story?
Yeah, go
Just
ahead.
reminded me. This was years ago, back in my fucking clubbing days.
Yeah, I love it. Total techno man.
Oh, fuck yeah. House music. This is my song. Somebody give me a bottle of water.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I was never like that. But anyway,
Ecstasy.
I've never done a drug in my life, ever.
Yo,
Sucks to be me, right?
go to the VA. They'll give you a cocktail.
No, I mean like a recreational drug.
Oh, okay. Well, they still give you drugs.
Yeah. Here's some heroin.
Yeah, exactly.
So a long time ago, I had just become a cop, maybe three to 5 years on the job. And I was just in the thick of started doing plain clothes and all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I started doing a lot of behavioral training.
Mm-hmm.
Long story short, behavioral training.
Yeah.
And so I was a little bit more astute into picking up people's behaviors.
Yeah.
Anyway, I go out. I'm with a group of girls. I used to be their chaperone, basically.
Mm-hmm. Oh, look at this pimp. Is that what you're going with? No, I don't. They made money.
They made money for themselves.
Yeah.
They're paying themselves through college.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we go out. We actually
Gator, don't play that shit.
Will you let me finish my fucking story?
All right, go.
Now I'm getting hungry. So anyway, we're out. We're getting fucking table service, yes. But anyway, and one of the girls is up dancing, whatever, this and that. There was a little bit of a dispute over a purse. It was the most asinine, stupidest fucking thing on the planet. But they started getting fucking mouthy to each other. And I'm like,
Oh my God.
fuck, I just want to have a drink.
So
right?
mix booze and purses. It
Fuck.
turns
You're fucked.
Yeah.
Right? And now you're mixed booze purses with a group of girls and they're all trying to establish themselves as the fucking queen.
You know what?
Right.
Don't they get on the same cycle if they're together?
Oh, yeah. The fucking anger cycles, too. They all love each other and they're like, bitch,
I know.
bitch. But anyway, so they're fighting. They're arguing. And corner of my eye, I see a dude walk by. Right? You'll know exactly where this is going. I see a dude walk by and he looks at me. I kind of look at him. And then I look to my left and I see another dude walking towards me. And I'm like, oh, fuck. So I grab the three that I'm sitting with, not hookers. I grab the three that I'm sitting with.
Yeah.
And we get up and they're like, where are we going? And I'm like, just hang on to me. Right. So I got 3 pairs of hands on me, giggity. I got 3 pairs of hands on me and I'm moving and I'm like in my head, I'll never forget it. In my head, I remember thinking, look behind you. And I looked behind me and there was another dude. So we were getting encircled. And I grabbed these girls. They left their purses. They left their clothes, fucking everything. Their clothes were on them for that amount of time. Their clothes were on them. Their jackets, left their jackets. We walked out of the bar. Dude, 3 minutes later, cruiser running inside, a fucking stabbing.
Ooh.
Right? They ended up not stabbing the person that I was with. Somebody jumped in and they ended up getting stabbed.
Oh, Jesus.
And I remember the ones that I was with outside, they were like, how do you know? How did you know? And I was like, dude, I felt it.
Yeah.
I saw the one guy, saw the other guy,
Yeah.
saw the other guy behind me. It was on.
That's the thing. You just don't know.
Yeah.
You know, well, you do know, but
you can't articulate.
You can't
Like you're
articulate.
saying to your wife, it's just,
Yeah.
it's stupid, but it's the spidey senses,
yeah,
right?
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. I can't put in an affidavit
Right,
spidey senses.
right.
Like, it doesn't compute in the law world.
Have
in
you
the
seen
court
some
world.
of these fucking affidavits?
Yeah. Well, especially with the new laws, these affidavits are going to be wild. But and I'm not saying wild as in lying affidavit. I'm saying wild as in like justification to go after a serial killer.
It's gonna
like
be,
it's going to be off the charts. So hang on, society. But anyways,
Buckle up.
Yeah. Anyway, so my partner, actually, we were just talking offline about him. Me and him, we were like a dominating duo. It was so fun to work with him, right? We were fair with everyone. We dealt with, but if we had to go from 0 to 100 in 0.2 seconds when the situation called for it, we're there.
Yep.
Just like that.
Yep.
So it reminds me, I mean, one of the things that me and him always talk about is this one night we go into this local motel in our city, and it's your usual.
Sure you want to admit that?
Your usual. Listen, I wasn't there to go buy drugs or.
No judgment.
All right.
I wasn't going drugs.
Listen.
I wasn't talking about drugs, but anyway.
I know what you were talking about, but I'm trying to sway it a different direction. All right. Anyways, so where's the meth? So we were conducting a night patrol, local motel. And this motel is well known: drug dealing, human trafficking, prostitution, disorderly parties. It's just
my type of place.
Criminal behavior. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, if you want a friggin', roadhouse type place, go there. It's like, dude,
Roadhouse.
Oh yeah, exactly. And the owners seemed to not care since they were getting paid either way. They had it was like it's one of those that pay by hour, and it's like,
I don't know what you're talking about.
Exactly,
I've never been to one of these establishments.
Sure you haven't. So
keep going.
So we heard banging and yelling in one of the motel rooms.
Giggity.
Yeah. We took a minute to listen. Again, you assess to figure out what's going on, especially behind closed doors. Curtains are drawn. You don't know exactly what it is, but you hear banging.
And you have enough time.
You have enough time.
Yeah.
So we're listening, and we're like, oh, all right, this is a rowdy party. So hotel or somebody is going to call 911, and we're going to deal with it anyways.
Yep.
So you know what? Bam, bam, bam. Knock on the door. And all we wanted, there was like 8 to 10 guys. Clearly they were there to party. And we were just going to tell them to keep it down. Like, hey, dude, if you're going to party, that's fine. But keep it down. Relax. So we wouldn't have to come back.
Mm.
The guys ended up getting rowdy all of a sudden. And I was like, oh, okay, this is going to get done right away, because they started playing the whole, oh, fuck you, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, yeah, this is over. I step in the room, and I immediately took control of the situation using dominating words and behavior. I did not have to lay one hand on any of them.
Yep.
They did not want to go to jail that night, immediately backed down, and it was over. My partner and I wished them a good night. Now, you might think, oh, that cop must have been out of control, where I was yelling and screaming and blah, 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 losing control. No. In situational dominance, it is not about losing control. It's about the alpha predatory gift that you are born with that takes control.
Absolutely.
That's all it was. And that's all I did.
I was going to say earlier, it's one of those things that it's not, you can learn a little bit of it, but a lot of it's very natural.
It's born.
Yeah.
It's something born. But again, it's not the prick, the narcissist prick. It's not the asshole. It is a certain real warrior mindset trait that's
ingrained in you.
Ingrained. Right? It's ingrained in us, and it's there. And it's something that it probably never going to leave me. It just is ingrained in me. So, and I say it right here. It's not taught in any police academy or boot camp. It is just something you're born with. And something some people are born with. Some use this to gain situational dominance, but most lose control. This profession demands officers maintain control in times of stress. And officers must be the order in chaos. And that's all it is.
Yep.
So what ended up being, what I ended up doing, I said, listen, enough's enough. I was like, I am going to lock every fucking one of you up. Like, I'm going to lock you right the fuck up.
They knew you meant it.
And I said, I will get the fucking patrol wagon. I don't care if it's 10 of you. You will all go to jail.
Yep.
One kid smiled, like gave me a fucking, that.
You're
bullshit.
First.
That's what I did. and my partner, every time he sees me, because this is what I said, I was like, you Smiley, come here.
Yeah.
And my partner, like every time he comes to the station, because he's retired, and he'll come to do a couple details here and there, and he'll shout down the hall, hey Smiley. I'm like, hey, what's up, Johnny? So
how many cops just heard that story and were like, he's going first?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, he was the first one to go. And as soon as, even before then, as soon as that even happened, they were all like, I'm so sorry. We're done. We are leaving for the night. I did not know this was, going to be an issue. I am really sorry.
There's always one.
And the one, that's it. I mean, there's always one, right? Even that one, though, I let him go.
Yeah.
Right? Because you know what? Situational dominance. I'm establishing dominance.
You ruined their high, man.
Whatever. Dude, it was towards the end of the night, and I didn't want to come back at fucking 12 midnight.
Exactly.
Let the midnight shifters deal with it.
Fuck you.
But actually, here's the better part of this story. So it was after midnight, myself and my partner, we were in the locker room, giggity, and we were getting changed, and then we hear over the radio,
Loud party
at the motel, and we're like, those motherfuckers started up again.
Was it them?
No.
Oh.
They left and even didn't even fight over the security deposit or anything. They just left for the night. It was girls that was meeting these guys down there. It was the girls that were now making noise. And one of the midnight guys, we called him and we are like, hey, is that fucking asshole? He's like, no, dude, it's a bunch of hot chicks. I'm like, oh, you assholes.
I would have come back to investigate that.
I know, right? And I was like, of course it was. Of course we deal with the fucking assholes.
The sausage fest.
The sausage fest, and they get all the pretty girls that showed up. So it's like, that was like the funny ending.
You
to
probably
that
did a
story.
lot of those girls a favor, but anyway.
Oh yeah, exactly. Well, I did that whole shift a favor because it's like, I wasn't having any of it.
Right.
So here's another one. Years ago, we received a 911 call for a grandfather whose grandson ran off on him, and this kid was autistic. So we were like, and it was at a massive reservoir water, and it was like really bad. Our concerns were raised even more since he was autistic. Children gravitate towards water. Yeah. I mean, that's my son. He's autistic, high functioning, loves water, loves it. But so the danger was even more, right? Multiple units. We called in air wing, canines. We called everybody, because it was a massive plot of land and a massive reservoir.
It required a massive response.
Absolutely. And we had the perimeter set up right away, and it was like, everyone. So it got to the point where I was worried the grandfather was going to have a heart attack because he kept yelling the grandson's name, and I felt terrible. And I grabbed him by the arm. And I had him face me. I said, listen, stay with me. We are going to find him. Believe me, we are going to find him. The reason why I knew right away we were going to find him is because he called us right away. He didn't wait 20 minutes and then call us.
Brilliant.
Right away when he lost control of his son and he couldn't, he took off and lost sight of him, called us right away.
I tell people all the time, and it's not just for that stuff. It's easier to call and have us start coming out and cancel us.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll probably still come out. Yeah. But the sooner the better. Don't hesitate.
Absolutely.
Call 911. You're not going to be charged with false 911.
No, because you had a legit emergency, but it got taken care of right away, and then you can cancel it. That's fine. One officer or two might show up and make sure everything's good to go, and that's it. Then you're done. But here's the thing, because again, I said it right in the paragraph. I knew it because the grandfather immediately notified first responders. Mm-hmm. There are cases which family members took way too long to call for help. The longer the delay, the less likely of a positive outcome. The first units arrived in under 2 minutes. The chance of finding his grandson doubled and tripled due to that fast response.
Absolutely.
We ended up finding him in a few minutes. He ended up trying to climb 95. We had the perimeter set up along 95, and we had state police out there with us. And he was climbing the guardrail to get on 95 to run across. But again, really important to have that perimeter, right? And when we found him, I heard one of my colleagues call in that they found him. I had the grandfather listen to the radio. I had the radio loud. I purposely had him listen to it. He shook my hand, thanked me for remaining with him. He said, you knew they were going to find him. I remember that. He said, you knew it right away. And I said, yes. And as much as I wanted to join on the search to really help.
You needed to be there for Grandpa.
I needed to be there for Grandpa because he was blaming himself a lot. Because he knew, of his age, he wouldn't be able to keep up with the grandson. But I get it. I worry sometimes with my son when he goes with my with his grandparents, with my in-laws. Grandpa is he's like 72, 73 years old. He's very slow. Right. And, I get it. I get the concerns, and the concerns are even more with autism and certain special needs with children. So it was very crucial for him. I mean, the biggest save for his grandson, to this day I still say, is because he called 911 right away.
Absolutely.
Right away.
What is it? Every every 20 minutes you wait, it decreases by like 20%. No, not 20%. It's like 10% every 20 minutes or something like that.
It grows. The initial
that's what I mean. It gets tougher.
It gets tougher. So the initial response, whatever it is, it gets, all right, 10% less likely. And then it goes half hour. Oh, now you're at a 50-50 chance of a positive outcome. You know what I mean? Like it really skyrockets. And that's the thing with missing children in the woods. It is extremely, 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 extremely important to call us right away.
Immediately.
Not
even just in the woods, anywhere.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just saying, like for this type of response, the grandfather did great. He called us right away, and it took a few minutes to actually find the kid.
Yeah.
Right. It took a few minutes to find him, and we had it locked down. So we actually even called in. We activated mutual aid response, where even the search and rescue teams come out. Yep. Like we were ready to even all out the divers, the swimmers. Like we called in everybody.
This is what the function is of the police, man.
Yeah.
I mean, like that the last episode that we did, the order in chaos.
Yeah.
I mean, this isn't chaos, but you're maintaining order.
Yeah.
Quality of life, all those first responder emergency services. Well, this is what it is.
Exactly. These search and rescue guys do the grid searches. Yeah. They're very good at what they do. They're methodical. They do the right, so the initial response with patrol, and then other assets start coming in. Let
me ask you a question. Was it a little boy?
Yes.
Did the boy know that he was lost?
No.
He didn't know.
No.
He was just kind of in his own.
My son gets that way.
Okay.
When he's in his own head, he's oblivious to everything.
Okay, that's what I mean.
And there will be at times, but again, my son is a little more high functioning. He'll snap out of it real quick and look around and make sure we're still around.
Oh, really?
But when he gets in his head, he's gone.
So when did this kid realize, like when he was climbing the guardrail and a trooper grabbed him or something?
Yeah. Or? Yeah. And even then, I don't think the kid had any idea that what was going on. What he did was not wrong, but what he did was
not right.
Yeah, not right.
Right.
Causing his grandfather to have a heart attack. So the next day was really nice. The grandfather got us a cake at the PD. Thank you for all you did, all that stuff. And even what I did is as a further follow up with my partner, we got them what's that sheriff's department program for the missing children. They put like a low jack transponder on the kids.
Really?
Yeah, it's some program by the sheriffs. I forget what exactly it's called, but it's some sort of GPS device that the sheriff department supplies to special needs kids.
No kidding.
And they wear it like as a watch or something.
Okay.
And what we do when the child goes missing is literally we have a radar in front of us. We type in the specific code.
So it's like a low jack.
Yeah, it's like a low jack. So essentially you're low jacking your kid.
It's emitting a fucking pulse.
Which I did with my kid.
Yeah.
He has, he's at camp. It's in the woods. There's water. There's all kind of thing. Yeah, I trust the counselors, but you know what?
I have something that I'm going to show you when we're done recording that you might like for them. But
okay.
Anyway.
Okay. So it's these type, again, for me, it's all about doubling the chance of survival, right? We have certain things, certain technologies in the U.S. that help us do our jobs better. And what grandfather did really helped us do our job better because it was right away, no delay. We showed up. Situational dominance, situational awareness. We right away dominated the entire scene, and hundreds of acres.
I think you're forgetting. You dominated the old man too.
Yes. Well, yeah.
Well, why? Because if you didn't dominate him, and thinking as a father, I was fucking freaking out just reading this.
Yeah.
Right? As a grandfather, his heart rate was through the roof.
Oh, yeah.
If you didn't bring him down a little bit, it would have made your job tougher. You would have been able to get descriptions, fucking, you know what I mean?
Exactly. I was able to get, new picture, fresh picture. Yeah. I paged it out to all the guys.
And that's part of the command presence.
Exactly. And
in dominance.
Again, me grabbing his arm, listen, stay with me. We are going to find him. Like I looked at him straight in the eyes. Because here's the thing. I needed to reassure him that, listen, trust us to do our job.
Yep.
We're going to find him.
One of the things, touching people in all the behavioral schools that I've done, touching people tends to be, and you have to do it a very specific way. Otherwise, it's bad. I did it the other night. I might even be able to show that to you. I did it the other night. It was a child that was, not a child, 16 years old, I guess a child. Legit, the other officer every time would open his mouth, the kid was, fuck you. And the officer wasn't doing anything wrong.
Yeah.
It's not that he had bad command presence or anything like that. It was just, this was this kid's mindset. And I found an opportunity to slide in there. And I went up to him and I gave him one of my little secret taps and it based him out.
Mm.
So don't be scared to do that, guys. Just don't like Ayman said, he grabbed the guy's arm.
Yeah.
Brought him in, but you kind of probably felt that that's what he needed. Too.
Well, that's what and grabbed as in I grabbed his forearm.
Right.
Grabbed the forearm and pulled him closer to me. And it was that connection,
Use
that
all these tactics.
human to human connection that caused him to look at me. Here's the thing with my son, right? When he gets in his head and he's doing his thing, whatever, the only way I can get to him is I got to grab him.
Yep.
Grab his arm. He'll look at me. Like he snaps out of it. I'm like, hey, dude, do you want to eat?
Power of touch, my friend.
And here's the thing. Humans, the touching and all that, again, depends on how you go grab. If you grab somebody aggressively, you know what? You're going to get into a fight.
You're also going to freak them out even more.
Exactly. And kids with special needs, if you are that aggressive to them, they will fight. Actually, I'm going to do a quick shout out to my guys, actually. Recently, with my unit, guys, so patrol was busy. Autistic 16-year-old ran out of the school. They couldn't find him. Like he's severely nonverbal autistic. And he is a kid that is known to actually one of my guys, because he sees them every day. He runs everywhere. That's the way this kid is. He just runs. Yeah, just runs everywhere. Whether he's going upstairs into his apartment, he's running. That's just the way he is. It's actually kind of funny because he just runs everywhere. I'm like, all right. His favorite restaurant to go to is McDonald's. And we get a call. So all the patrol guys are out doing perimeter, doing the searches, all that stuff. Mutual aid's on its way. We need to find this kid right away because, again, timing is of the essence to find. And it was raining that day, and it was just bad all around.
Yeah.
So we get a phone call from McDonald's saying, hey, there's this kid right here. I think that's the one you're looking for. It was from the fire department. They were out there getting their food, and just so happened
he was there.
But they didn't know it was him. They said, I think this is the kid you're looking for. So my guys were the only ones available. I talked to the shift commander. I said, hey, my guys, I can send my guys to McDonald's while you guys do the search to confirm or deny that's the kid. And he said, yeah, that'd be awesome. Sent my guys. It was the kid. They confirmed right away. Here's the thing about the touching and all that. The Sparkies were struggling with the kid because they were trying to get his blood pressure. Kid doesn't want to be touched.
Yeah.
So they're fighting with him. And one thing that surprised me, like we were all talking, like, don't they get more training with autism and like, medical and all that? They don't. So, and one of my guys, seeing that right away, seeing him struggle, like, hey guys, like, stop. Clearly he doesn't like that blood pressure machine. Take it off him. He goes right up to the...
But we got to take his blood pressure.
He goes right up to the counter at McDonald's because since they know him, hey, what does he get every day here?
Yep.
12-piece chicken nuggets, large fries, and a Coke.
Got your food, buddy.
Order it.
Come here.
Ordered it. Bam. Sat down. The kid, happy. Calm, collected. We found the parents. Parents came, picked him up, took him home. Point is, though, the touching, right? Very important to, again, know your people. Yep. Know who you're dealing with. Right? Certain people with special needs, you don't touch. Clearly, this kid, nonverbal autistic, does not like to be touched. And you put a foreign object like a blood pressure cuff, he's going to freak the fuck out.
Dude, I'll freak the fuck out.
I mean, here's
you
the
know
thing.
what I mean?
And he's a big 16-year-old.
Yeah.
Right? He's not small. And it was like the struggle was not needed. Like, hey, guys, get the fuck off him. Like, there's no need. And it shows, though, again, but that's a different way of situational dominance, command presence. You show up and you're like, oh, stop.
Yep.
You
know what? That's your role.
Yeah.
That's your role. And that's what a lot of these guys, a lot of these officers, you need to, again, back into the order and chaos, provide order to the chaos.
Exactly.
Controlled chaos.
Exactly.
Like you just said, controlled chaos.
Yeah.
It's one of those things, man, where, look, policing, I think, it's an art.
Yeah.
Right? It's a craft.
It's a trade craft.
It's a craft.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where it's perishable also. Like I found, I was out injured for 8 months one time, really bad injury. And not that I had forgotten to be a cop, but there were certain things where like dealing with people was coming a little bit harder. When I transitioned from special ops back to patrol, I was a completely different person in my gun truck than I was in my patrol vehicle at 2:00 in the morning in this part of the city.
Oh, plainclothes narcotics.
Right. You're completely fucking different.
Now that I'm back in the mix, so to speak, with my plainclothes unit and really dealing with a lot of people versus only the asshole drug dealers.
It's totally different.
It's totally different. So I had to, same like you, it's a trade craft. So my trade craft for years was narcotics, undercover, plainclothes, kicking indoors, doing all this aggressive shit, to now, all right, I need to shift mindset because now I'm also dealing with normal people. And I'm still dealing with the assholes, though, because we still do what we do. But at the same time, I got to deal with normal people.
And at the same time, like your command presence, your situational awareness, your command dominance isn't going to be the same every time.
No.
It's going to change. And that's where the craft part comes into it.
Exactly.
Right? You need to recognize,
Yep.
see who it is. Because like, okay, it could be a group of fucking 60-year-olds or 70-year-olds arguing.
Yeah.
Are you going to approach them the same way that you approach the kids at the hotel?
Oh, no.
So that's what a lot of, and I've seen that. I'm not dogging guys.
Yeah.
But I've seen that they're very monotonous, very robotic. They respond only a certain way. They repeat themselves, which people hate hearing people fucking repeat themselves. You know what I mean? And it's like, slow it down, control the chaos, slow it down, adapt and adjust, and overcome the situation.
Well, another example of situational dominance of me and my partner, because we're awesome.
That's the first time I've heard you say somebody else is awesome.
So
mark that down, guys.
We get a call from a neighborhood saying that, hey, there seems to be a very large party in the woods behind us. So later on, we find out that this couple high school students kind of secretly planned this party out in the woods, and it was actually, I was impressed. It was organized because there were chem lights pointing the way.
No shit.
I was like, you know what?
Cool.
Good for them. Like, this was after the fact. I'm like, hey, who put up all these chem lights?
Good job.
And one of the kids was like, I did, just so. I'm like, you know what? I like it. Good job, dude. You also were safe. Everyone could see the floor and know where they're going. Good for you. So anyway, before we get there, right, we're listening, kind of, okay, we hear the music over there. Yep, let's go that way. And the kids were smart. Noise, not so much light. Right?
Okay.
A lot of chem lights around, so they didn't want flashlights to attract a lot of people.
Smart.
Again, very smart, well thought out. They didn't think about the neighborhood, though. So we get there, and I'm walking around. We're in plain clothes, right?
Clearly, you look like a 16-year-old.
But exactly. It was dark, right? So no one could tell who we are, but so we're sizing up to what we have. All right, let's take a look around. So we did a quick, 360, kind of just seeing everything. And then once I was ready, yelled out, please, everybody. Boom. Well, here's the thing. As soon as I yelled that out, some ran, which I expected. I wasn't going to chase anybody. Most stayed.
Huh.
We lined them up in columns of 2 and led them out of the woods to call their parents to pick them up. Here's what I picked up. When I was walking them out, one of the kids calling another one of their friends, dude, like 24 cops show up. They're all around us. Blah, 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 blah. And all I was doing was really walking around announcing police, 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 police.
You dominated that so much that he thought there were 20 fucking cops there.
Yeah. It was hilarious to me because
I could see it.
I mean, I didn't say anything, but I chuckled, and my partner had a smile. We were both smiling like
fucking helicopters, man.
I was like, 24 cops. There's only 2 of us, and we corralled
the second that you said that.
Yeah, a group of 20, 25 kids, and then lined them up, calling them 2s. Once the ones that didn't run were like, all right, every single one of you, call them 2s. Let's go. Stand up. I would escort a kid. Yep. Stand right there. All right. Hey, partner, we're good. Yeah, we're good. Yeah, we're good. Okay, let's go. Then I led. My partner was behind. And
they were
we
so
got them all.
dazzled by fucking everything that they had no idea what was going on, but you still maintained control.
Yeah.
It's amazing, dude. It's amazing what human behavior can do.
Here's the thing. Like you said, tradecraft, the study of human behavior. It's almost, you as a cop, as a tradecraft, you need to be not expert, but you need to recognize sociology, psychology.
Yep.
Anthropology,
Yep.
Know cultures, know who you're dealing with, human behavior, criminal behavior.
Sometimes people tell me that I'm a chameleon when I talk to people on the street.
Yeah.
Like I have accents sometimes,
Yeah.
and I don't do it to be like a sleazeball or anything. I feel like sometimes people need the connection, I guess.
Here's the thing though, like depending on the population I deal with, I do the same thing.
Yeah.
But not purposely. But here's the
Exactly.
thing, we are leveling with them. Right.
I never noticed that Ayman until we just recently got body cameras.
Yeah.
And I never noticed that I did that until I'd review my own footage, and I'm like, who the fuck is that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did I just really say that?
Yeah.
Like, but it's, again, you're looking, I call it the bird's eye of everything, right? You're looking at everything, like you said, the anthropology of things, the sociology, the psychology, the everything about everything that's going on.
Yeah.
Because you know what? At the end of the day, it's your job.
Oh, yeah. Listen, we all know that certain cops got into profession for the wrong reasons, which is let's work a lot of overtime and do details because that's what my daddy did and that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
Wrong reason.
Yeah.
All right. Yes, I do overtime? Sure.
Well,
do
you know
I
what?
love the overtime? Sure.
It's a fine reason. Don't pretend to be somebody that you're not.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Here's the thing. Like you said, it's funny. Like when I talk to certain members of the community, depending who it is, I change my accent, I change my tone. I may talk a little more, I don't know, street.
Right.
You know
Right.
what I mean?
Right.
Like I'm not so proper. I let out F-bombs because that's the community I'm in. That's the circle I'm in. My tattoos, they love them because, I'm tatted up. Yeah, I'm a tatted up cop that swears. Fuck it. Yeah.
But that won't work in some of the other neighborhoods.
So in some other neighborhoods, I drop that whole act and I become more of the cookie cutter cop. Yes, sir. No, sir. Yeah.
Right.
Well, we will do this and we will do this, which I hate, but sometimes I do it. It's acting. It's almost like acting.
It's a craft.
It's a craft. Exactly. How are some cops able to cultivate CIs like that?
Like that.
And others aren't. Others can't.
Yep.
There are cops that I've gone to kind of cultivate informants. Good luck. They don't know how to talk to people. And I'm just like, dude, I'm like, listen, drop the badge and be one of them.
Be one of them.
Be one of the guys. Like, understand their struggle so they can help you.
But even then, even with the worst of the worst.
Yeah.
Like when you're investigating the worst of the worst, people say, you don't want to look into the monster's eyes because you become the monster. Become the monster.
Yeah.
Just keep your fucking your sword sheathed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Get into the mindset.
Absolutely.
If you sit down and you think of the worst criminal, I'm not going to ask you who it is, but think of the worst person that you've ever dealt with.
Yeah.
And
I'm already thinking about him.
You're thinking about him. And I can guarantee you, and tell me if I'm wrong, thinking about the interviews and the investigation and all that stuff, you were a completely different person, or you had to change things.
Oh, absolutely. With here's the thing: true predatory assholes, right? Evil fucks. Your mindset needs to be at a whole different level,
right?
Even when you have them in the hot seat, which for those who don't know what the hot seat is, that's the interview box. When you have them sitting there, and they are crafty themselves on how they answer you.
Oh, yeah.
It is a game of chess in that room.
That's the other thing you guys got to remember, right? To the civilians listening to this, as crafty as we can get, we're a step behind.
Yeah.
Like the criminal element knows what we're doing, how we're doing it. They know some of like the behavioral training that I've had. They know better than I do.
Yeah.
Think about it with the military and overseas and all that stuff.
Oh yeah, no, the insurgents watch us learning our what they'll do is they'll purposely, let's say, set off a small IED.
Right.
Just to
see your
watch
reaction.
how we respond, and then they get us the next time a different way.
Not only that, but I'm sure you know some of them. Ask like intelligence officers and interrogators and all that stuff about how many times, Jihad Joe would pretend to be somebody that he wasn't and you'd have to bring in somebody to break them.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's the thing. As an investigator, as an interviewer, well, not so much. Well, we'll call it interrogation. It's a craft.
100%.
I mean, I'm not going to give away all the ins and outs.
Give away fucking anything.
But it's a craft, and it's like with the real predatory people, you have individuals that they will try to stump you as much as you trying to stump them. And to me, it's somewhat fun.
It is fun.
Because to me, it's like a game of chess. It's like the game of the minds, right?
Yep.
It's most times, this job isn't about the physical. It's about the mental.
Absolutely.
The mental game. How you're able to cultivate CIs. How you, as a patrol officer, are able to cultivate CIs without being a drug cop or whatever kind of cop, where you have people in the community that will call you as a patrol officer to give you a heads up.
It just, you know this, I know this, I want to get it out to people. Being a cop is probably, I can't think of any other profession, is the only profession where you have to be the role holistically.
Yes.
Whole body. Meaning your head needs to be in the game.
Yes.
Your tactics need to be there. Your shooting needs to be there. Your physical, everything, like it's a whole body experience.
Exactly.
What job do you have? No dog to firefighters. Do firefighters have to be that way? No, they do their job very well.
Yeah.
They don't have to deal with people.
Yeah.
EMS, they don't have to deal with people. You're dealing with everything from medical to fires. I've ran into fires.
Yeah.
You're dealing with criminals, the worst of the worst. You're dealing with lost kids. Like, it just occurred to me. I mean, obviously I've been that type of cop, right?
Yeah.
But it just occurred to me that you have to sharpen your craft holistically.
Absolutely.
From your appearance in your uniform.
Yep.
Like we've said it so many times in the past, when, Officer Slob shows up,
yep,
uniform's out, shirt's down, fucking pant leg is up.
Yep. Looking like a bag of shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Shitbag is going to be like, look at this motherfucker.
Yeah. They size you up as much as you size them up.
Exactly.
And here's the thing, like, it just reminded me, like, how many times have you heard from certain bad people, whatever, bad guys, that say, I didn't fight you because you look like you can handle yourself, and your partner that showed up,
I'm not fucking with this guy.
I could knock him out. What I mean? Like I've had that, like, as plainclothes, whatever, I'll talk to my CIs or whoever, and they'll tell me right away, like, oh, dude, I know I can't fuck with you, dude. As soon as you show up, it's like, nah, Ayman's here, fucking shit's gonna get done, versus Johnny cookie cutter cop over here who doesn't have the right command presence. He's more of an asshole, and that bad guy knows he can knock him out right away.
I said it to an arrogant cop a long time ago. You have nothing to prove here.
Yeah.
Like, you're coming out, you're puffing your chest out. It's like, you've watched some of those YouTube videos to be more confident.
Yeah.
And you're projecting it in the street.
Yeah.
And he was like, what? And I'm like, it's fucking clear.
Oh, they can smell it on you a mile away.
Like, you're going to be dangerous really soon. Like, all of this is showing how insecure you really are.
Exactly.
So back the fuck out.
Exactly. And
you know what I mean?
And that's the thing with this. I mean, one of my longest interviews I've ever had was on a child sex predator. 2 hours in the hot seat.
Shame on you.
You're talking.
You know why I say that?
No, I know. You're talking mind games, right? That game of chess. Again, predatory people are very, very articulate. They're very well spoken, and they know what you're looking for, and they try to find a way to counter every question that you have. But the way I did it for those 2 hours, I got what I needed out of him without him realizing it.
Here's the basics of that. They know their story.
Yeah, oh yeah.
They know what they did.
Well, because they've had the specific MO
exactly
for decades.
Exactly.
And they finally got caught.
And they were present. You weren't. You're trying to distinguish and discern what happened.
Exactly.
It's an amazing job, man.
It is. And again, like I said, to me, these interviews are awesome because, to me, it's that game of chess. It's that mental game with these guys. I mean, there's certain bad guys. I'll put them in the hot seat. I'll be done in 5 minutes because they're weak-minded and that's it. They break just like that. Yeah. I mean, all right, here's your statement. Right. Here's your confession statement. Go right ahead. Write it down. So again, but it is an amazing trade craft, and all you cops out there, keep training, keep refining, keep up with case law, keep up with current law, keep up with everything, because your life depends on it. Your career depends on it. Your fellow officers depend on it, and your family depends on it. On top of that, the biggest thing.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's my
and you don't
soapbox.
Yeah.
speech.
No, but you're right. The other thing is you don't have to be perfect.
No.
You know what I mean? Sometimes your imperfections even help you.
Exactly.
But you don't have to be perfect. It's whole body. It's
Be
holistic.
a human. Be a human.
Be sapient.
Be sapient. That's it. It's that simple.
Go to training once in a while. Go to shooting once in a while. Check your uniforms once in a while. You know, I've seen a guy, not at my district. I love everybody at my district. I've seen a guy at another district that's had the same stain on his fucking shirt for the last 3 months. Like,
I have 2 uniforms dry cleaned
every week.
and
you're not even in uniform
not
anymore.
in uniform, but they're there. They are there.
Oh, man. Hey, good episode, man. Command presence plus situational awareness equals controlled chaos.
Yeah.
Love it. Guys, we want to thank everybody for listening. We want to thank people. We want to thank our supporters. HavokJournal.com, Gym Junkies, Vector Shield, WellnessForWarriors.live, LiveBoston617.org, Eagle Eye Firearms MA, ODKit.com, GunTrack.app, Houlet-Law.com. Listen, we love you guys. Thank you for making us the #1 military and law enforcement podcast on the planet. Awesome, right?
I love it.
Stay safe.
Stay sapient.